what's up, everybody? This is Retro and
DJ Bear Cuz.
And this is
Unlimited Propaganda, man. It's been a while. What's been up with it?
a lot, man. We're back to getting back to basics, huh?
It's been a month now, so like
our month of being on YouTube.
Right.
It's been fun so far.
I mean, we just got to get back to basically this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start getting back to what we do best. Is debating topics and getting our subscribers to be able to see the different stuff that we do every day. This is what we did it for, so we're going to let them see what we're going to do as far as going forward instead of what you've been seeing before.
We had an argument today, actually.
Yeah. We had a couple of debates today.
Yeah, it was great. And so we're going to bring that to you guys today, actually, on the show. So our first topic we have, and it's actually not. It's entertainment related, but it's a little bit deeper than that this time. So we're going to go with Netflix versus movie theaters.
Yeah, I mean, this is a controversial, thought because, like, a lot of people, they have Netflix. I mean, I have Netflix. I mean, you have Netflix, too. And a lot of people out there, I mean, obviously, they have billion-dollar budgets that they're giving people's.
Let's just say if I didn't have Netflix, I have a friend that has Netflix, so I can log into their Netflix. So it's someone's paying for it, but it's
accessible. Basically,
it's accessible. So my thing is, Netflix is coming out with this movie called Bright, starring Will Smith. Sorry. Yeah. And David Ayer is actually directing it. He did Training Day.
It looks like it's gonna be great, man. I mean,
that's a multi-million-dollar movie. That's their first multi-million-dollar movie that they're actually putting into a movie. And here's the thing: they let directors do whatever they want.
Right.
At Netflix.
That's the good thing, though. I mean, because, if you have creative control over your IP that you're coming with the studio, it's like, hey, this is what I want to do. Netflix, are you interested? Basically, what are you going to give me?
Well, I mean, I don't really agree with it. I'm more of a movie guy. I like to go out to the movies. I like to see, because if this movie comes out and it's successful, this movie here is going to destroy movie theaters. I say, this is just my opinion.
I wouldn't say destroy it.
Yes.
It's competing with it.
No.
It's not going to destroy it.
No, in the next 10 to 15 years.
People still going to want to go out to go see a movie, though. You don't want to sit in your house and be like, oh, I want to see a movie. It's an experience.
Is it really, though?
It really is, though.
The movie experience, I love going to the movies, but sometimes it's bad.
Yeah,
right or wrong.
Yes, true.
Right or wrong. But still, most people don't want to go to the movies now because they have so many bad experiences with the movies. And if Netflix...
Not only that, with the people, too. It's like sometimes it's like, I just want to see... I wish I had like my own big IMAX screen. I would love that.
See, but if people have 70-inch TVs now, and you can get a projector now.
It's still not the same, though. It's not a movie theater. It's not going to have the same feeling.
I understand that, but you have to understand that this is going to destroy movie theaters because it's free. It's accessible, like you said.
It's not free, but it's not like for somebody who, like, I saw Rogue One on Netflix the other day, and I was just like, okay, oh shit, Rogue One is on Netflix. I can watch it again now as many times as I want to, but I actually went to go see Rogue One. But for the person who hasn't went to go see Rogue One, which is a Star Wars movie, it came out last year. It's like one of the better Star Wars movies out of the original. To me, hey, I love Rogue One. I don't care what you say. But
Empire, baby.
Yeah, Empire is good. It's great. Don't get me wrong. But I love Rogue One.
We don't want to strand from the Netflix though.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from with the Star Wars meaning, but you have accessibility to go back and watch it now.
Right.
But it's not like how you watched it in theaters.
Right, because it's never going to be like that.
It's never going to be like that, but when it comes down to a multi-million-dollar movie being free.
It's not necessarily free. You're paying for it.
But you're
not paying what you should have paid for it.
Exactly. And that's where people are going to be like, oh, I don't have to go pay $10 a ticket to take me and my girl and maybe the kids or whatever to go see a movie when you pay for your Netflix bill. You have Blockbuster, and that's the crazy part. That's what's gonna destroy everything.
Blockbuster tried it though, and it didn't work.
Blockbuster did it until what? Netflix came around.
Yeah, but I'm saying Netflix just made people lazier. It's just like you don't want to take your kids out.
Before
and go see
Netflix did that, people were sending DVD. They were sending people DVDs. They still do that.
Yeah, they still do it, but and like not until recently, I didn't even know people still actually got DVDs. I was like, oh man, Brittany, man, she was like, oh, I still get DVDs. I was like, what? They actually still people receive DVDs from Netflix.
Who does that?
I was like, I just stream. I'm like, I don't really care about DVDs anymore.
But I mean, I just see Bright taking on a new path for movies, and I'm not excited about the generational. I guess that's not the right word. That's not a word. I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. That was not a good word to use. I'm not ready for the transition of the movie phase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't believe it'll be a killer per se of movie going experience because I mean you gotta go. I mean when you see trailers in movie theaters, it's like damn, that's like
I get excited. I'm just like yeah.
It's not the same as like watching it on TV. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I saw the trailer for when we saw it on the screen and we saw the Last Jedi trailer in live. And I was just like, oh my god!
I saw that on the phone.
Nerd. Everybody was like, "What's going on with you?" I was like, "Man, I just saw this trailer. It's the Last Jedi. I don't care how I saw it. It was just like amazing."
But when you saw it in theaters,
I saw it in theaters, it was just like even better.
It's amazing.
Yeah, of course.
I saw.
It's the sound. It's just
I know.
Like,
I know people aren't gonna care, but when I saw the Power Rangers trailer in theaters, I just freaked out just as much as the Star Wars. But that's just me. Yeah. That's just me. I know you don't.
It was alright. I'm sorry, Power Rangers was like. The movie ended up being good though. The trailer didn't really give it justice.
You hated it for.
I had really hated the trailer. Oh man, I hated that trailer.
So we have another topic today, actually, that's a very controversial topic.
Yeah, I mean, but it has to be talked about because there's two battling shows going to be coming out soon. First move, it's going to be Black America. With Aaron McGruder, everybody you may know him from Boondocks.
Yes, and Black Jesus. Will Packer, he did a ride along in Things Like a Man series.
Yeah.
Now that's actually different from what they are normally their field of what's going on, and the pilot, not the pilot, but the plot of the show. It's I do apologize. Alternative history where newly freed Africans have secured the southern states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama in post-Reconstruction as reparations for slavery, and with the land and freedom and shape their own way to shape their own destiny. I mean,
basically, they got their 40 acres and a mule
and more.
Right, and
they
more,
can control.
They got the control of the whole South.
The South.
That's interesting, though. I mean, like that's definitely like a different type of what if. But we got Confederate. Like, I mean, it's a totally different. Like, what if the South did rise? Like,
that's by HBO. HBO. Black America's by Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. So yeah, and Confederate comes on HBO. It's two different shows, and I don't know. I mean, this is going to be kind of difficult to, I'm going to watch both of them, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm interested in both of them.
I'm interested in both. I'm scared for the controversy of both of these shows to come out.
Yeah.
Because, with Confederate on HBO, it's going to be about the South actually winning the war and slavery still being practice.
Right.
And Black America is about African Americans succeeding.
Yeah, basically.
In the Civil War. And here's the crazy thing. Dan and Dave from Game of Thrones, the producers,
right,
are the ones producing Confederate.
Right, that's different. I was like, hey, I mean,
makes sense. All the black people in Game of Thrones are slaves.
Hey, but
Grey Worm's amazing.
Hey, Grey Worm's amazing. Hey, keep it going. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like different things happen for You got to be able to
explore different opinions,
right.
but those opinions are, man, though and they came out in days from each other.
Right,
The
that's what I was saying. That's what I was
announcements.
saying. I was like, okay, I thought it was the same show at first, and I was like, you told me. He was like, no, it's two separate shows. I was like, oh shit.
These shows are not what you think they're gonna be.
Right, and I'm like, man, I want to see Confederate because I just want to see what's like. Like I said, like I was telling you in the car before, I was like, hey man, I want to know where to, be able to go with, just in case everything pops off. And be like, hey, what happened? I saw Confederate too.
I mean, I want to see Confederate, but man, I'm more towards Black America because Amazon. You got to remember, they just had Manchester by the Sea. They have an Oscar over there, man.
But you get HBO, you know what you're gonna get. Like HBO, how many times has HBO hit or missed? It's like
they've had some misses.
Yeah, but how many in between then though? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'm just saying, like HBO has been hitting, like
Final.
Anyway, man, Vinyl was good, but
it was great. Vinyl was amazing,
but it just didn't get enough viewers. But I feel like Confederate is gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna be really good. HBO hasn't let me down. I mean, Amazon might be. They have good shows over there, but I think I'm gonna check this one out before. I want to see this point of view first. Because I know what I'm getting with Aaron Magruder, so I want to be able to check out this first, as opposed to this.
Because this is different for Dan and Dave.
Yeah, because it's something totally different. It's like, okay, you're doing Game of Thrones this whole time, and
but this is different for Amazon and the producers as well. The producers are mostly used to comedy. This is our drama series of slaves running the South.
Yeah, I mean, it's
running the South. There are going to be so many episodes. This show is important because they said not only is it going to touch on slaves running the South or whatever, it's going to touch on what's going on now and what things we could have done in history, what the world could have been. And also, I get that for HBO too.
Exactly, because that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, what it could have been with this. So yeah, I mean, I was just trying to figure out, like, I would want to see, Confederate, because it's like, I want to know how people would feel if the South, how they would feel if the South won. Like, would there still be
rose? Right.
Let's say, would there still be slaves? Will black people be able to do the things that we're doing right now? Like me and you. If this actually happened, I want to know how they feel it would look. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just, a black person's point of view. I want to see their point of view, how it would, just to be able to have a different alternative look, you know what I'm saying, history. Like, how would you, would there be an NFL? Would there be an NBA? Like, would we have the same civil liberties that we do have now? A lot of stuff would be totally different if that were to actually be true. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand and I get that, but also, what about us? Like, what if we had rights a lot earlier in life? Like, what things could we have achieved earlier than now? We achieved a lot then.
Right.
But I'm saying, what if we had the tools then, and then where would we be now?
Right, but, I'm saying, like, from the point of view of the show Confederate, it seems like it's going to be from, like, it's not even the segregation. Like, it's like before, it's like the South won and slavery was never abolished. Like, there was no Abraham Lincoln. Like,
I mean, I'm sure he'll still be in the show.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But I guess we'll see, once it comes out.
We have to check both of the shows out. But Black America is more of me, and I'm seeing you more of trying to check out Confederate. I mean, we're gonna check out both. We have to check out both.
I'm definitely gonna check both of them out. I just want to see that first and see what it looks like, and just get a perspective from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Just a different perspective on, a different type of show.
Do you think they'll come out around the same time? We haven't really heard any dates or anything about that.
I don't know. I mean, I know one thing I am waiting for is Black Jesus from Aaron Magruder too.
Hopefully we see Charlie Murphy one last time.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he had some rest in peace to Charlie Murphy. But hopefully he still had some scenes in the show, but one day soon, I guess.
Shortly. Well, we have another crazy topic that I believe is when you showed me this,
Yeah, man, I
I
was like,
freaked out.
because I mean, it's about football. You know, a lot of people, we learned earlier that Tampa Bay Buccaneers football player Brian Price.
He ran through a glass door at an auto parts store.
Oh, okay.
Um, it says that he may suffer from CTE.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing. A report from New York Times this week was revealed an examination of 111 brains of former NFL players showed all but one had the disease. And here's the thing. Players show symptoms of this disease and they don't have it.
Right.
But they do all these weird and crazy things and like, oh, it's just drugs and alcohol.
Right.
And it's
all the years and all these different things that you had done in your life. Oh yeah, you just been playing football. I mean, I coach football. I have kids. I coach little league football. It's like, I feel like, am I setting them up for things like this?
I mean, he's 28.
Right.
He's 28. He can't play football anymore.
Right.
He's
probably been playing
episodes.
He's probably been playing football since he was like maybe 5 or 6.
Man.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
And he's still young. He's a baby on the way, and
right.
Man, it's just his wife. They're trying to push through it, but I mean, I think the league needs to, not just the league, but I think people need to invest in a proper test for this.
Right.
Because obviously these men are going through some type of traumatic stress to the brain,
right,
from all these blows.
Yeah, because it's the constant force of getting hit. You having that helmet. Yeah, in the movie Concussion. I don't know if everyone has seen it. Will Smith played doctor who found the way he basically cut through the brain and saw the effects of he finally saw and basically pieced together that this is, the chronic, what you call it,
the abuse of being.
Yeah, but your brain, he's like basically saying the brain being hit so many times is going to be able to cause these, many brain bleeds, and it's going to cause that. That's how all the all the NFL players basically started going into these traumatic events and having all these deaths and things like Junior Seau, Dave Duerson. And it's just like, it's crazy because I don't want that to be the future for some of these kids. They're playing football 24/7 throughout the whole year. It's like all they're doing is football. And you see it online, and it's like no kid should have to go through that before each time. You shouldn't have I don't know.
Look at how Ballers portrays it with The Rock. Like, exactly. You can tell he has something wrong. Remember in season 1, they were like, "Oh, you're good."
All the time, and
they're like, "Oh, you're good," and he's like, "Oh, I don't have anything wrong with me."
Right.
But you have these fits.
Right. And he's hurting all the time, and like his hips just like out of place.
I mean, I think it's more than just. I think it's something wrong with his brain. I think they're gonna go to CTE in the show to really show how it. But I mean, is there any proper ways to try to prevent this for players?
Well, the NFL's been developing. They got different, scientists that are trying to develop different types of helmets, and it's like.
But is that enough?
I mean, it's like the brain's not meant to, subdue those types of, levels of force. You know what I'm saying? It's not meant to happen. And for the brain to be able to, because it's not the way it's set up. So basically, you're like he said in the movie. He's going to have this. It's going to have. The brain's going to hit up against the skull because it's not attached.
It's not attached. But here's my thing. When do you think, signs start to show of, when...
Nobody really knows, though, because it's, it just... You can't really tell for sure, But,
I mean, it's just... I just wonder if there are ways to prevent CTE. I mean, I'm not, I'm not really into sports or anything too much, but I mean,
we're not experts on it. You know, we can't really say, you know, but hopefully they have, you know, are developing something to be able to, you know,
help these
guys out to where they don't have to experience these types of events in the future. You know, be able to go somewhere and get this taken care of without having to
go through something traumatic
in order to, you know, figure out what's going on.
I mean, man, he like if we should actually put the link in the of the video.
Yeah, that was
below.
tough,
but he runs into a glass door like it is crazy. I cannot believe it. But I mean, I guess that's the show.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, it's good to get back, man. It's been a while. We had some earlier discussions we should have had recorded too, man. I hate that I'm not able to just have a camera on my body at all times.
At all times.
It would be just like the funniest stuff ever, probably, because we was just arguing so much. Everybody was like, "Man, y'all just sit up there." It's like we weren't even paying attention to nothing else. We were just going back and forth about stuff. Man.
We're gonna argue more, definitely.
Yeah, because I mean that's what we do. I mean it's not argue; it's a debate, and we both argue points, and you know that's what we want to be able to convey to our audience. And when you guys ask us what you guys want to talk about, we'll be able to express our opinions and get those out to you.
Today, I feel like we just really had a good discussion, though, man. Yeah. Like, man, there's things that need to be talked about, and we're going to try to get to that as much as we can. Also, we're going to try to keep it as real as we can, unlimited.
Exactly. You can't be unlimited without being unlimited.
So, guys, let us know what you want to see or hear.
Hit the subscribe button, like the page, go to our Instagram, follow us at Unlimited Propaganda, Twitter, all that stuff. We're going to post it down below. And as always, you guys keep it unlimited. Peace.